Hello students, welcome to Math Time. This is Ms. Ronel reminding you that to learn math is to do math. For today's topic, we'll be having the third topic under statistics, measures of central tendency. And here are the squad goals we need to accomplish for today. First one, find the mean, median, and mode of statistical data, specifically ungrouped data. Next, compare mean, median, and mode. In summarizing data, as we all know, we're not only dealing with 5, 10, 15 data, we are dealing with a lot of data. So for us to have a single central value that summarizes a set of numerical data, we can use the measures of central tendency. It attempts to describe what is typical in a set of data. And it is popularly referred to as the average. And again, we have mean, median, and mode as the statistical tool for measures of central tendency. Let's have the mean, and let's have an example. The number of hours of 7 grade 6 students spend in studying and doing school projects each day is as follows. So we have 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 3.5. Again, this is the data obtained from the 7 grade 6 students. What do we need to do is we need to find the mean. So how do we find the mean? So this is the formula used in finding the mean of a data. So this, by the way, mean is represented by this symbol. It's an X with an over bar. Okay? And this is equal to the sum of data over the number of data. If we will convert it or translate it into mathematical symbol, we could use this. So mean is equal to the summation of x over n. As we all know, summation is the sum of the series of number, while x is the data, and n here represent the number of data. So let's try to have or to find the mean of these example. Mean is equal to, again, sum of data. So we need to add all the data. 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3.5 all over how many datas do we have? Number of data we have 7. Okay, so over 7 is equal to, adding all this data here, we will obtain 26.5, right? All over 7, this is equal to, so the mean for this number of hours spent by the grade 6 student is equal to, let me write it here, 26. You may use your calculator, by the way. This is, let me not use equal sign, rather let me use approximate sign. Approximately 3.79. Okay? So take note to round off the answer into 2 decimal places. Okay, that's my rule in my math class. So again, the answer is equal, or the mean, or the average number of hours spent by the 7 grade 6 students in studying and doing school project is 3 hours, or 3.79 hours. Okay, so when you say mean, it is the average of a given set of data. Again, average of a given set of data. It is obtained by getting first the sum of all the values, just like what we did here, and then dividing it by the total number of values. With that in said, let's have your second example, and this time, this will be your sit work. I want you to get a calculator, a paper, and pen, and then solve for the mean of this. The daily wages of 5 workers are as follows. 480 pesos, 500 pesos, 550 pesos, 600 pesos, and 650 pesos. You may pause this video for a while and then continue once you're done getting the answer. finding the mean and applying the formula, we will have here, let's start with the solution. 480 plus 500 plus 550 plus 600 plus 650 all over. How many datas do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 workers divided by 5. Okay, so I want, again, of course, if you're watching it, maybe you're done already. So let me type it in my calculator. So for the sum of the data, this is equal to 2,780 all over 5 divided by 5. We will have 556. Okay, so let's write the unit. We have 556. So the mean or the average daily wage of 5 workers is equal to 556. Okay? So any question about it, you may chat me in GChat to clarify things. Of course, mean might be easy because you're just adding all the data and then dividing it by the number of data. But let's try to have a challenging question. Vic's score in the 3-unit test are 92, 87, and 88. What must his score be on the 4th test to get an average of 90? So you already know how to find the mean. Right now, the mean is given, but what's missing is the other data. So how do you compute for it? You may pause this video for a while and then try to answer it. Once you're done, continue the video. Maybe you're done already, so let's try to check if your answer is correct for this first challenge question. So I could start with the formula, which is the mean is equal to the summation of x over n. Okay? Okay, then let me substitute the values, the given values. I'll have 90, that is the mean, is equal to the summation of x, or all the data, sum of the data. Let me write it here, 92 plus 87 plus 88, and then plus the missing 1. The score he must obtain for him to have an average of 90. All over 4 unit tests, right? So what to do next? We evaluate this. Since you have a denominator here, we could have the cross multiplication. So we'll have 90 times 4, that will be 360, is equal to, since there's an invisible one here, so whatever here on top or in your numerator, we'll just copy it. So is equal to 92 plus 87 plus 88 plus x. Okay? Or let me have the sum of these three. 92 plus 87 plus 88 is equal to 267. Okay, let me write it here. 267 plus x. And then if you can still remember, evaluating algebraic expression, we always combine like terms. Okay, we'll combine 360 degrees minus 267. Why miss? It is because I transposed 267 to the other side. Okay, therefore, its sign will change. Positive will be negative. So I have here minus sign. So 360 degrees minus 267 will give you 93x. Oh, sorry, 93. So this is already the 4th or Vic score for him to get an average of 90. Okay, so again, Vic needs to have a score of 93 in his 4th unit test for him to have the average of 90. Did you answer that correctly? If yes, very good. Now let's have your second challenging question. Challenge number 2. Michaela scored 20, 24, 32, 22, and 28 in the fast 5 games. What must his score on the sixth game to be or to get an average of 25 points? Again, you may pause this video for a while and then try to answer this challenging question. If you're continuing it, maybe you're done already. So let's have again the formula. And then just like what we did for the challenge 1, let's do it as well in challenge 2. So you already know the average. The average is 25. So we substitute mean by 25, and the summation of x is equal to the sum of theta, meaning I'll put here 20 plus 24 plus 32 plus 22 plus 28 plus x, since we are not sure what will be the sixth game, or we are finding the score he must get to have an average of 25 all over. How many games do we have? We have 6. Okay, so computing for this, we will have, by the way, we'll do the cross multiplication. 25 times 6 is equal to 150. And then combining 20 plus 24 plus 32 plus 22 plus 28, that will be 126 plus x. Using the transposition method once again, we will have 150 minus 126. As you can see, I transpose 126 to the other side, so it becomes a negative number, is equal to x. So 150 minus 126 will be, of course, 24. Okay, so this is the score that Michael should have at the sixth game for him to have an average of 25 points. Did you got this correctly? If yes, very good. Good job on that one. Let's try to have a challenging question. Our last challenging question for me. Let's find out Michaela's grade point average. Some of you might know or might hear the GPA or grade point average if you have a brother or sister in college. So here's how we compute for the grade. Not all the subjects have the same number of units. In this case, example, English, Filipino, Math has 3 units with the subjects, while for science it is 5 units, and for values we have 2, and for PE we got 1 unit. So in college, not all the subjects have the same number of units, right? The major, of course, it has the most weight or most heavy unit. Okay, highest is 5 if I'm not mistaken. And of course, those minor subjects like PE and NSTP, the likes, 1 unit for it only. So again, we need to find Michaela's grade point average. So if you know the process in getting the grade point average of Michaela, you may pause this video. If not, okay lang din. So sige, let's try to solve for this GPA. So those who answered, let's check if your answer is correct. So in finding the grade point average of this data set, that's equal to the total grade over the total number of units. To find the total grade, we could have another column here wherein we will just multiply the number of units by grade. So we have 3 times 91, that's 273, plus, times 3 times 89 is equal to 267. So we need to fill up this column here. After filling up this, we could now proceed to adding this grade. So the total grade here will be divided by the total number of units. For those who do not like to have another column here, you may just proceed on typing these numbers in your calculator. So this equal to 91 times 3 plus 89 times 3 plus 93 times 3 plus 88 times 5 plus 92 times 2 plus 93 times 1, or just 93. And then you divide it by the total number of units. We have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1. So in this case, we need to use your calculator. Inputting this in your calculator, we will have 1,536 all over 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1 will give us 17, right? 391. Okay, so 1,536 divided by 17. Again, you may input that in your calculator. It will give us 90.35, right? 35 hundredths. So approximately 90.35. So here's Michaela's grade point average. Okay. Let's try to have this example. Find out the average monthly salary of the following employees in a restaurant. I have here the table for the employees and their monthly salary. Again, you may pause this video and then find the average monthly salary of these employees. I guess you're done already. So let's check if your answer is correct. So again, in finding the average monthly salary, we are adding all the datas and then we divide it by the total number of data. So in this case, we'll add all this monthly salary of each employee and then we will obtain 157,000 pesos. And then of course, we divide it by the number of employees or by the number of datas. We divide it by 9. So 157,000 divided by 9 will give us 17,744 point 44 centavos. So we already found out the average monthly salary. However, this number gives a distorted picture of the average monthly salary of the 9 employees. Since this 7 employees out of 9 employees earn below 17,444 pesos and 44 centavos. So this distortion is caused by the two top earners, the manager and the chef, who both are getting at least 30,000 per month. So when extremely high or extremely low values distort the picture of the average, it is better to use the median instead of the mean. And that's our second statistical tool. We have the median. Again, we use it when we have extremely high or extremely low values in our data set. In this case, so as you can see, there's a high range between 12,000 and 35,000. Therefore, the average that we'll find here using mean will be distorted number, right? It will not represent the total or the whole data set. So what is median? Median, when we say median, it is the middle number of the set of data when the data are arranged in numerical order. Again, you need to arrange the data in ascending or descending order, so it's up to you. And then you find the middle number. Okay? So let's try to have an example. Find the median of this grade. So example, these are your grades in math. 90, 84, 79, 80, 77, 89, 95, 93, 90, 86, and 85. Since these grades are not in order, we need to arrange it first in ascending order. Meaning we'll start from the least greatest. 77, 79, 80, 84, 85, 86, 89, 90, 90, 93, and 95. So for you to find the middle term or the middle number, the middle possession, we could use this formula. Let me write it here. Middle possession is given by this formula. N plus 1, n is the number of data that you have all over 2. Okay? N plus 1 over 2. So example, in this case, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 data. Therefore, you will have 11 plus 1 all over 2. 11 plus 1, that's 12 over 2, that is equal to 6. Let me write it here. Okay, so meaning the median number here is the number in the 6th position. The number in the 6th position is, let's put number on top of it, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay, as you can see here, we have this number, 86. So 86 is the middle or the median of these grades. Let's write it here, 86. Miss, what if I forgot the formula in getting the middle position? That's alright. You could count, or you may use canceling. Example, you'll cancel out this extreme numbers here, 77 and 95. Next is this one. Cancel it until you are left with one number, and that one number is the middle number, right? Okay, so you cancel out 5 of this data from the left and another 5 data here on the right. So you're left with 86, or the middle number, okay? So that's how you find the mean of a data set. So let's try to have another example. Find the median of this scores. So you have here 32, 20, 25, 36, 42, 38, 26, and 33. Again, to find the median of a data set, we need to arrange it in order. So you will have 20, 25, 26, 32, 33, 36, 38, and 42. Miss, what about the middle position? So how do you find the middle position of this data set? So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 plus 1, write it here, 8 plus 1 over 2, we got 9 over 2, that will give us 4.5. Means, how do I find the 4.5? Okay, okay, let's try to number it. So this is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth data. So to find out the 4.5, or the data in the middle of 4 and 5, so we will use the data on the fourth and fifth position. Okay, so we have here 32 and 33. And we will find out their mean, okay, or their average. So, magagamit din pala natin yung mean natin, right? So, let me write here 32 plus 33 all over 2. Again, we need to find the mean of this two data, 32 and 33. So 32 plus 33, that is equal to 65 over 2. That will give us 32.5. And that is the middle, or the median of this course. Okay, let me write it here, 32.5. So that's how easy we obtain the middle number, or the median of a data set. Question? Okay. Recall lang natin, recap of what is median. The middle number. So in order for us to get the median of a data set, we need to arrange the data in ascending order or descending order. I suggest you write it in ascending order, from least to greatest. And then next, you find the middle position using this formula, n plus 1 all over 2. So whatever the answer here, meaning you need to find the value of that position. Example, in this case, I got 6, meaning I need to find out what is the number in the 6th position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the middle number. Therefore, this is the median. Okay? So this is really easy if we have an odd number of data. But if we're dealing with even number of data, example, like this, we got 8 data. So 8 plus 1 over 2 is equal to 4.5. So we need to find the mean between, or the average of the values under fourth and fifth position. So 32 plus 33 all over 2. Okay? let's try to have a challenging question. So for our first challenge, we have here the table. The table shows the distribution of the daily allowance of 21 students. A while ago, finding out the median of an ungrouped data is really easy. We just need to arrange the numbers and then find the middle position. But what do we do if the data's or if the data is in table? So we have here the daily allowance and the number of students. For you to find out the median of this, let's have our first step. First step is we identify the total number of the data. In this case, we got 3, 7, 6, 3, 1, and 1. So adding all this number, we will have 10, 16, 19, 20, and 21. Okay, so we have 21 data. Again, what is the formula in finding the middle position? In finding the middle position, we will use the formula n plus 1 over 2. Okay, so in our case, we got 21 plus 1 over 2. That will be 21 plus 1, that's 22 all over 2 is equal to 11. Okay, so we need to find out what is the value of in the 11th position. Okay, let's write it here. The middle position is equal to 11. Okay, and so as you can see, we got here 3 students, 7 students. We got 6 students here, 3 students, 1 student, and 1 student as well. So it's really easy to locate what is the daily allowance of that student in the 11th position. Okay, so here we got 3 students plus 7. So 3 plus 7, that will be equal to 10. Okay, so after 10 is 11, therefore the 11th student is, or the allowance of the 11th student is equal to 50 pesos, right? So if we will try to write the data here, and example lang natin para makita nyo. So we got 3 students and the data is given in this series 20, 20, 20. Yan yung mga daily allowance nila. And then 7 got 25. So these are the raw data. Got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then 6 students having 50 as their baon or their allowance. 50, 50, 50, 50. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm not gonna continue it anymore, but again, I just like you to see what is the daily allowance of that student in the 11th position. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so the allowance of that student in the 11th position is 50. Why is it 27? Make it 25. Okay, so that's how we find the median if the data set is organized using a table. So for your challenge number 2, let's kindly get a piece of paper or your notebook and then try to answer or try to find out the median of this month of the monthly salary of the 20 government workers. You may pause this video for a while. Okay, let's try to check. We got 4, 6, 7, and 3. Those are the number of government having this salary. Okay, it corresponds to their salary. So 4 government workers has a salary of 22,000 and so on, right? So just like what we did in challenge number 2, we need to find out the total number of data. In this case, we got 4 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3. This is equal to 20. Using the middle position formula, we'll have 20 plus 1. That's 21 divided by 2. That will be equal to 10.5. Okay, so we need to find out the monthly salary between 10 and 11, right? We need to find the mean of the salary of those government workers on the 10th and 11th position. So let's do it. So 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Okay? And then, of course, after 10 is 11, therefore 11. Okay? So the worker in the 10th position has 25,000, or his or her monthly salary is 25,000. While for the government on the 11th position, he has 30,000. Okay? So what do we do next? We add this 2 and then we divide it by 2. By the way, I haven't mentioned that median is represented by this symbol, an X with this symbol on top. Okay? This is median. Next, 25,000 plus 30,000, that's 55,000 all over 2. That will give you 27,500. Am I correct? Okay, so this is the median of this distribution of monthly salary of 20 government workers. I hope you get it correctly. So if yes, good job. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. Great. We are down to our last measure of central tendency, the mode. So to find the mode, it is the number that occurs most frequently in the data. Again, take note of the term occurs most frequently. So let's try to have an example. I guess it's really chicken to you. Example 1, the scores of 10 students in a 5-item quiz are 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 5. So what is the mode of this data set? Again, to find the mode, we need to find what is the data that occurs most frequently. By the way, in writing your mode, this is represented by this symbol, X, and then a hat on top. A hut, or a roof on top. Okay, so this is the representation or the symbol used for mode. So mode in this data set is what is the most frequently appearing data. We got 4. Okay, since we got 5 fours here. So that is the mode of your data set. Are we clear with this one? I hope yes. Okay, mode, most, most, mode, most frequent. Okay. Next, we have another challenging question here. Since mode is really easy, I didn't give any or other example. Proceed agad tayo with the challenging question. The number of candies inside 20 packs of bags were counted and the results are shown in the table. We have this table. So what is the mode in this example? You may pause this video. Okay, so let's reveal the correct answer. I hope you have your own answer. What makes it challenging? It is because you have a number here on top as well. So you might be confused where to look at. So you will just look here at the number of bags. So the most frequent number of candies in the 20 packs of bag is, as you can see, we got 8 bags of 8 bags which has 25 candies. Okay, so the answer here, X, or the mode, is equal to 25. Okay, so that is the most number of candies inside the 20 packs of bags. Since we got 8 bags which contains 25 candies. Okay, so that's it for our 3 statistical tools used in measures of central tendency. Let's try to compare the mean, median, and mode. I'll be sharing here, or I'll be presenting the characteristics of mean, median, and mode. You will identify whether it is for mean, for median, or for mode. Let's try to have this first one. So often used in elections and business planning as a measure of popularity that reflects opinion. So this is measures of popularity. This is for mode. Absolutely right. For elections, we try to get sino yung may maraming boto. Okay? Through surveys, true false, right? Polls. Next, prepared average for describing sociological, educational, and economic data, as this data often contain extreme values. So, what is the most appropriate measure of central tendency for this? Okay, again, it contains extreme values, meaning malayo sa isa't isa. So we use, of course, the median. If you can still recall the example for the employees in a restaurant, right? So we got extreme values there, yung sa chef and sa manager. Next, most stable as it takes into account every items in a set of data. Most stable. Take note, the word is most stable, and accounts every item in a set of data, meaning all the data are included in computing for it. That is your mean. Okay, great job. This is your mean. What about this? Next characteristic. Most reliable average when the data contains no extreme values. Take note of the term. No extreme values. And the most reliable average is your, absolutely, this is for mean. Okay, take note, that is for mean. What about this one? Most reliable average when there are extreme large or extremely large or extremely small values. So you can see we got here extremely large and extremely small values. This is for, of course, this is for median. Okay. What about this one? Simplest average and the easiest to obtain. What do you think? This is, of course, your mode. By looking at the given or by looking at the data, you could identify the mode of it. And lastly, the most widely used average is the mean. And that's it. So you may take a good look with this characteristics in comparison of mean, median, and mode. So for our squad goal, let's check if we were able to find the mean, median, and mode of statistical data. Yes or no? I hope yes. What about this? Did we compare mean, median, and mode? Yes or no? Yes, okay. So we have accomplished your 2 squad goals for this topic. This might be long, but thank you for staying here. And I hope you learn more about the mean, median, and mode of ungrouped data.